everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be going through my September TBR. How is it already September? Like, that summer went by so blooming quickly. I actually can't believe it. I've been quite generous with what I think I'm going to read during September. My uni lessons don't actually start again until October, like the very start of October, but our welcome week activities begin at the end of September, and I'll be packing back up again to move back to uni kind of mid-September. So we'll see if I get through all of these books. I have only 5 that I want to try and read through the month of September. During August, you would have seen from my last video or the video before what I read in August. I think I read about 5 or 6, so I think I'll be able to do a similar amount, but we will see. But I'm going to chat through with you what I'm planning on reading, so if any of you have these books and you want to read them kind of at the same time as me during September, then please do. And also let me know in the comments if you have read any of these, because a few of these I haven't talked about on my channel before. So I'm really excited, and let's get started. So the first book that I am planning on reading, I have spoken about before because I got this from The Works in my first book haul on my channel, is the first book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I really want to start this trilogy and read this during September, so I'm going to try and read this one. I don't really know a lot about the trilogy and I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about it. It kind of gave me, from the title alone, it gave me kind of Shadow and Bone vibes, and I actually really loved that. I know a few people kind of hate on it and then some people really love it, but I really loved it, and I thought I'll give another fantasy trilogy a go. So I'm really excited to read this one. This probably isn't going to be the exact order that I'm going to read it in. I'm a very mood reader, like I read what I'm in the mood for, so I might even read different books to this, but this is kind of what I'm planning on going through because some of these I've had a really long time and I've got quite a big mix. But yeah, I'll probably read this maybe nearer the end of the month, because if I really love it I'll want to read the second one like straight away, but this one I definitely want to read in September. The next book is Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. I did read The Switch by Beth O'Leary that I purchased from The Works again in the other haul video, and I read that one really quick and I did really enjoy it. I didn't give it, like, I think I gave it a 3 or 4 stars in my review because it is quite fluffy and some places a little bit cringy, which can be really nice for a light read, and also sometimes I want something a little bit more serious, and I found that it was almost a little bit too perfect. But some people love books like that. I'm just a little bit more, I think, cynical than other people. But I still wanted to read The Flatshare, which is her first book, because loads of people recommended it to me, and I actually found this in an antique store for £1. There's the proof, you can see it right there, I'm not lying. I found it for £1. It is yellow. I mean, you can see with my white walls it's pretty darn yellow, which is a bit gross, and the bottom of it has got like stains on it, which I didn't spot in the shop, and I now feel like I need to wash my hands. I mean, I got it like 2 weeks ago, so if there's any germs on it I think they're gone by now, but I still want to give it a wipe over. But I do want to read this one before I go to uni, because it is a little bit grubby. I kind of want to leave it here on my bookshelf and not batter it any more than it already is battered. I know some people love having like really pristine books, but for £1 I was like, you know what, I want to read it, I'm just going to get it, even if it is a bit mucky. Some book lovers are probably going to be like, but I've done it. But I do really like the look of this, and yeah, I haven't spoken about this on my channel, so if any of you don't know this book, it says their friends think they're crazy, but it's the perfect solution. Leon occupies the 1-bed flat while Tiffy's at work in the day. She has the run of the place the rest of the time, but with obsessive ex-boyfriends, wrongly imprisoned brothers, and of course the fact that they still haven't met yet, it seems this flat shirt is more complicated than expected. So it sounds a little bit weird, but it sounds also a little bit more intense than the switch, sorry, because it's talking about like wrongly imprisoned brothers and stuff. I feel like I might like this one a little bit more, but we'll see, and I'll do a comparison between the two. I'm probably going to read this one pretty near the start of September again, so I can read it before I move. The next book, which I have had for absolutely ages, and I think I have read a bit of it before, is actually Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So when I was in primary school, which seems crazy to me now, I'm thinking that I would like classics, but I went through an obsession with classics, and I never even finished one, I don't think, because they were so difficult to read, but I was just like really excited by them, like these old stories, these classic novels. So this one is like a really pretty edition that I think I got from Waterstones. It's orange down the spine, and it's only tiny, which is why I've chosen to read it, because I feel like I'll be able to get it through it quite quickly. And I know I'm going to be able to read classics a lot easier now than I did when I was literally year 6. And if you're from abroad and you don't know what year 6 is, I was probably about 11. So that is probably why I never ended up finishing it, because I was trying to understand, like, they're quite fancy language classic novels when I was 11. So yeah, I'm finally gonna finish Frankenstein. Really excited to read this one, and obviously hit myself with eyes. Obviously you'll see my reaction to it. I'm going to be vlogging throughout September my reaction to each of the books. I think I'm either going to do it in like weekly book reading vlogs, or if I'm quite busy I'll probably do like the whole month in one, rather than like a video at the end to tell you what I think. I think I'll be able to do like a better reaction throughout, so you'll probably see this one in there. The fourth book, for the fellow law students who might be watching, or anybody, because it's not really like a law student but it is very law based, is Miss Justice: How British Law is Failing Women. This was one that I asked for my birthday back in, was it possibly Christmas? I think it could have been Christmas actually, because I'd seen loads of really good book recommendations going around on Instagram, like legal books that people really liked, and this was one of them. So it says, 2 women a week are killed by spouse or partner. Every 7 minutes a woman is raped. The police receive 1 phone call per minute about domestic violence. Now is the time for change. Helena Kennedy forensically examines the pressing new evidence that women are being discriminated against when it comes to the law. From the shocking lack of female judges to the scandal of female prisons and the double discrimination experienced by BAME women, Kennedy shows with force and fury that change for women must start at the heart of what makes society just. Yeah, this sounds, obviously there's a lot of current issues. I think as a law student this is really interesting, but also if you're just interested in justice and female justice in general, I think you would be really interested in this book. Again, I'll let you know how I get along with it. I'm really excited to read this. I do have quite a few books like this that I just haven't gotten into yet, because I do find I prefer reading fiction, because I like to escape into a different world, and a lot of the time I do like more fantasy, because again it's like nothing to do with this world at all. So I do tend to find books like this more difficult to read, but I think it's important to read these kind of books, and I'm really excited to get into this one. And then last but not least, a book that I thought I would have already read by now, because you would have seen it like last month in my haul, and I was so excited to get my hands on it, but I think it's because of the sheer size I haven't cracked into it yet. But it is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, so I'm pretty excited to get into this one. You can actually see I already read the first like 2 pages, because I literally couldn't wait, but I'm not the kind of person who reads books at the same time, and I was already reading one, so I was like, no, stop. But yeah, I think this could be one of the first ones that I get my hands on, because I know so many people love this, but I'm worried. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not going to like it as much as Shadow and Bone, but I know it's supposed to be so much better, so I probably will, because everybody's addicted to this book on TikTok. I rarely see people that don't like this one. But again, I will let you know how I get on with it. I'm so excited to read it. And yeah, that is the last book on my September TBR. There are a couple of others that I might try and read, like a few of the other books that I got in my last haul, like Little Fires Everywhere and The Puritan Princess. I said Persian in the last video, and it really irritates me that I did that because it's Puritan, not Persian. Like, why would I have thought that when it's about Oliver Cromwell's daughter? But I also want to get through that one. But yeah, I don't want to give myself an unrealistic massive load to watch. So yes, I think that will be it, and you will see next month whether I've got through them all. Let me know in the comments below what your TBR is, and again, if you've read any of these books, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!